Darius, man, I got to tell you, I was a fan of yours before I knew you were such an amazing filmmaker.
No kidding. In
Yeah,
what capacity?
I saw you on Impractical Jokers.
Oh, that's great.
Yes,
Yes.
I literally followed you after watching you because you made me laugh so much. And then I saw that you directed this film and I'm flabbergasted. This is a fantastic film.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
That's so
man.
great that you. So when you saw Practical Jokers, that would have been, I don't remember what year it was, but I would have been in like year 4 of 5 of making this movie.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
the odyssey that this movie was. And by the way, my son was outside. That was my local deli. I was like, I was so pissed at them because I guys, I have somewhere to go in your stupid show. Give me a break. And as a matter of fact, I was like, they came running after me to have me sign for that. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be part of your goddamn reality show bullshit. But I did. I eventually, they were cool guys. So
Well, I became a fan, and now this. Why this story? I mean, you're dealing with such heavy. You're dealing with the deaf community. You're dealing with addiction. Why was this story so important for you?
Well, I mean, I think it was a cinematic opportunity that was so tantalizing for me.
Hmm.
Just like palpably, like, oh my God, I got to get my teeth into that because it was dealing with codependency, which is this theme that I really didn't even know how much I wanted to deal with, and what turned out to be very, very important to me. And I discovered something in that process, and the whole sound of it all was a cinematic had the cinematic potential that I felt was something that might really break ground cinematically, like something we haven't actually experienced. How often can you say that? And
Hmm.
and I, whether or not I achieved that, I always had it in my mind is to do something that felt new um and so yeah, on all levels, this thing just like lit me up from the beginning 13 years ago. Like,
Dude, yeah, the sound design is phenomenal. It's just stunning. Talk about how detailed did you have to get to
good
do that?
Lord. I mean, there's no way to express it strongly enough. It started years before we shot. I eventually found it started even before I found my sound designer, but I eventually found this guy, Nicolas Becker. I went to France. We started miking stuff and talking about sound and exploring this journey. And then I had a little camp with him in the DP. We started talking about how picture and sound meet. This was all before we even started shooting. And then he came to set, and then we would mic underwater while we were shooting, and contact mics and mics down the throat and mics on the eyelids. And, I mean, the detail and the attention to detail was way crazy. And not just the sound design, but also the diegetic sound and the omniscient sound. We did multi-directional microphones. So you have this almost hyper reality of insects and cicadas and everything, because you're always cutting in from perspective and then out to this thing. So if you have this kind of hyper directionality and hyper reality, you become almost more attuned to the sounds that you would have taken for granted. And that was always part of it.
Yeah.
And then the sound mix, you didn't, I mean, shit, that was 23 weeks of sound mixing, just mixing. We did it at Carlos Regatas's, who's like a phenomenal studio in the hills of Mexico. So locked ourselves away from everything in the world and just went into sound land. But that actually, the sound started with my editor Mikkel, and because you had to cut sound with picture in this movie, you can't do it in all after, so it started even then. And he's an amazing sound mind of his own, and I mean, it was so deep and
Yeah.
detailed and intense.
When this crappy, mundane world suddenly becomes radiant and magnificent, all the fear is gone. That place will never